Begin with the end. There's a story behind that. This is your daily message from chat number 800 to upgrade your mental game today by telling yourself a better story, because the most important story you hear is the story you tell yourself. This story is dedicated to Professor Gilbert of the Success Hotline, 973-743-4428. Call it every day. Here's the upgrade. Know your destination and steer toward it every day. Here's the story. Dr. Gilbert believes Milt Campbell was the greatest athlete who ever lived. He met him. He had him speak to his class at Montclair State University. You've probably never heard of Milt Campbell. He won the silver medal in the 1952 Olympics. Well, you might think that's good, but not very convincing of being the greatest athlete who ever lived. What if I told you Milt had just finished his sophomore year of high school? Then, 4 years later, he won the gold medal in the Olympics while a student at Indiana University. He went on to play in the NFL. He also played in the Canadian Football League. He's also in the Swimming Hall of Fame, and he was a black belt in judo. Dr. Gilbert knew him later in life, and he passed away in 2012. After his sports career, he was a motivational speaker. I mentioned Dr. Gilbert had him speak to his sports psychology class. He asked the class, "How many of you have goals?" And everybody put up their hand because everybody has goals. He said, "How many of you have ever written down your goals?" And most of the class kept their hand up. Then he asked, "How many of you have your written down goals with you right now in your purse, in your pocket, or your wallet?" And every hand went down. Campbell would say this is the secret. Campbell had his goals under his pillow at night, in a sock when he worked out, and in a plastic bag when he was taking a shower. They were always with him as a constant and continuous reminder. You instinctively know goals are important because you are what philosophers call a teleological creature. You're goal-oriented. You want to achieve. This is the law of Telos. Telos is the Greek word for goal or target. It's what you're aiming for. We mentioned Earl Nightingale in yesterday's message. Nightingale didn't use the phrase the law of Telos, but he defined success as the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. The illustration he provided in The Strangest Secret was the picture of a ship heading to a designated port. Think of a ship leaving a harbor with a complete voyage mapped out and planned. The captain and crew know exactly where it's going and how long it will take. It has a definite goal. 9,999 times out of 10,000, it will get to where it started out to get. Now let's take another ship, just like the first, only let's not put a crew on it or a captain at the helm. Let's give it no aiming point, no goal, and no destination. We just start the engines and let it go. I think you'll agree that if it gets out of the harbor at all, it will either sink or wind up grounded on some deserted beach. It's not going anywhere. It had no destination, no guidance. It's the same with a human being. The better story to tell yourself is, I know my destination, and every day I'm steering toward it. The word destination is connected to the word destiny. It's where you're supposed to end up. Where are you supposed to end up? Begin there. Write it down. Keep it with you. Read it constantly. Maintain your aim. Take it with you in the shower if you have to. The law of Telos is that you want to reach your goal. It's the way you are wired. Keep your hands at the helm of your ship until you reach your destination. Tell me a story of the power of a goal to fromchadsmith@gmail.com. Send this message to someone you think would benefit from this story right now. You can download my book, The Most Powerful Story in the World, by going to fromchad.gumroad.com. The transcript of this message and hundreds of others are always available at www.fromchad.com.